Do you believe in aliens? I hate that it's on every card. I'm going to ask it.
Is it on
Finally, I'm
every
going to
card?
ask.
I believe
Do you
that there's
believe in
life elsewhere. Yes. I don't necessarily believe they're living amongst us. Of course, I don't know.
An alien.
No,
In the 60s, I could say they did for sure. They
was
were
it
definitely,
fun?
yeah.
Was it in a crowded room?
Out of this world.
Oh,
Is that sex with an alien? Are you talking about sex with an alien?
Is that one of your weird places?
outer
Okay.
space.
Okay. I could say I did that during the 60s.
Oh, did you?
You
Probably.
can say anything.
Oh, my God.
Anything could have happened in the 60s.
I had a lot of no-offs in the 60s.
No offs?
Yeah. Drunk in the bar at night, go home, wake up the next morning.
Oh, wanted to gnaw your arm off.
You want to know your arm off because you looked over and she was so ugly.
It's called Coyote Ugly.
You know,
What's it called?
Coyote Ugly.
Oh, what about your UFO story, Gaylynn?
Well, 1972, I was living in Hawaii and I was asleep, and my husband at that time was lying beside me, and suddenly I heard a voice in my head that said, "Please come outside." And so I got up and put on a dress and walked down a long hall to the door, put my feet in my loafers, stepped on the one step out onto the porch. The next minute it was 7:30. That was 4:30 in the morning. The next minute was 7:30 in the morning, and I was standing in the yard and I was looking up at an enormous spacecraft right over my house that was as big as my house.
Did you go with them?
I had already been with them, apparently, because I had lost 3 hours. And it took me years to figure out that I was one of the people that was being talked about when they talked about people who had lost hours on a spacecraft. The only thing I remember is that dress hanging up by a spacecraft door and a bunch of us that were only lights gathering around the table and looking at maps and listening to some information. And when I got back, I started yelling Larry's name, Larry, and no sound coming out of my mouth. And then when the sound started coming out of my mouth, the spacecraft was right over my house, and it was way, way, way up in the air. And when Larry came running out of the house, it had vanished. And our marriage wasn't doing so well anyway. So, it was like Thurber. You are a booby and you belong in a booby hatch. But my kids came out of the bedroom and Eric said to me, "Oh, Mommy, they always vanish when someone that doesn't believe in them
Comes out
of the house." That sounds like a pretty strange story, but that's not the strangest story to me.
Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. No, I believe there's intelligent beings out there somewhere, whether they come in spacecrafts or not. But I think they're intelligent enough to see what's going on down here and saying, "Oh, hell no."